right, man. Let's just talk about the Detroit Lions. Wrap up their draft. What did I think about it? We know how they rock and roll. Is BPA best player available? I mean, draft grades we already know don't really mean much. He don't put much into positional value. He put more into who can help us win right now, and I fuck with that. Excuse my language, but or as a football player. So, you know, did he draft a couple more guys that had major injuries in college? Yeah, you know, Ennis Rackshaw had ACL problem in college, but those are as common now. They can come back from them. I don't know if it was another guy. I think it was just him for the most part. But I don't read too much into it, man. Quite frankly, I don't read too much into it. I know, you know, you say you got the top two corners on your board. What is it else to say? Honestly, what more can you say? You got the top two corners on your board. You add Carlton Davis. You add Amick Robertson. I mean, he said those were the top two. Now, in hindsight, when we, you know, our opinions change, circumstances change opinions. You know, some guy might fall, like a TJ Tampa out of Iowa State. He might have fell into the right situation and end up being a better player than 98.9% of the corners and defensive players in the draft. Right? He might. He truly might. But it's the situation that he fell into. And that's what I'm coming to the conclusion about Detroit Piston fans. You know, I'm coming to the conclusion that maybe with the Pistons, man, it's not that the players that they were drafting were not good enough. Okay? Maybe the development just sucked. If you draft guys out of scheme, you got a zone cover, you ask him to be a man-to-man cover. No, that's not what he do. That's not what he do. So, a lot of times it's where you fall at and the scheme you fall in, the opportunity you get. Ooh, that felt good. So, yeah, you just never know. He went to a championship caliber team. So he's going to be working with more talent around him to get him better, make his deficiencies into strengths, to cover his deficiencies up, and showcase what he can do. Most of the guys that came to Detroit, they're going to be able to showcase what they can do. You know, Terrion Arnold, some people thought he was the best corner in the draft. Was Kool-Aid McKisson a better athlete? Yeah. 4.47 on the Liz Frank injury. But being an athlete ain't everything. You know? A lot of people got mad. Well, you know, you complained about. No, you don't sit here when they draft guys. Y'all, like most of y'all, just want to harp on what they do well. Oh, he does this well, and then when they don't turn out to be any good, you gotta tell the good and the bad. A lot of y'all just want to hear the good. Go to church if you just want to hear good shit, good shit, good shit. You want to be pandered to, go find a pimp. But I pointed out before the draft, I said, man, they need to get better athletes. They got to get faster if they're going to keep up with these Lamar Jackson and stuff. People say, well, Jalen Johnson not that fast, but they got a Montez Sweat. They got other athletes in other areas. But the Lions they kind of remind me of Matt Patricia and his defense. They're prioritizing toughness, power, strength over speed. In my opinion, I feel like you have to have a blend of it. You have to have a nice balance. It's not the 1990s or the 80s no more. And I just feel like the Lions don't get the sacks that they need to get. Or they struggle with the Lamar Jacksons because they don't have the athletes. Predominantly in the front seven, but at corner, they don't really have a corner that can really, really run. That's why you see Ayuk make the catch that he made. You know, this is why you see Mike Evans do what he did to Cam Sutton. Gotta have the athletes, you know. But nonetheless, I think that a lot of the guys they got are tough-nosed football players. They love football, and Terrion Arnold, inside outside. When you tell me a corner go inside outside, and that's probably gonna be your number one guy, that means he can travel if you need to, and you can go and play that nickel. You can tackle. And people say, well, Brian Branch wasn't that fat. Well, Brian Branch was getting cooked at the end of that Minnesota Viking game, one of them games versus the dude that used to be on the Lions. What's that receiver name that used to be on the Lions? A real fast dude, man. Played for the Vikings. I forget his name. So speed, it do come into play. You need it. And it's Rackshaw Jr., all dog. He a dog. Scrappy, don't really get interceptions like that, but scrappy. You know what I'm saying? Gonna come up, make a tackle, tough. So you're building an identity of scrappy, tough, technical football players. You know what I'm saying? Physical guys. So they getting physical. You know, they getting physical. So I like it. You know, then I think they end up getting the tackle out of British Columbia. Was 6'7", 350, ran a 4.9, 4.5 or something like that. So, you know, you're going to spend 2-3 years cleaning the technique up. So I think you might see Taylor Decker get a 2-year extension or something like that. Lower his cap hit this year. But you're getting somebody that you can work with. It's probably going to be your right tackle or left tackle for the future. That's what I think you get. So you can developmental tackle. They got all the physical tools. You just going to clean the technique up. You just going to get them stronger and clean the technique up. So that's what you're doing. You know. So I like that. Then you go get the kid out of Utah, the safety / running back. You know, he's going to be a running back. They said that's what they recruited him for. So with him being a running back, you know, he gonna give you some help on kick return. He can catch the ball out the backfield. So now you got a gadget guy. Probably put him in the slot, catch it out the backfield. Special teams guy return in on kickoffs to make tackles and all that type stuff. Punt return, even on punt, you know, punt defense and all that. So you get in a situation where you know, you got versatility there. So I like him. I mean, even if they see him as a safety or whatever, I like him. So I watched his tape, you know, and he looks pretty good. And then you go roll over to what's his day tape? They took the big fella out of LSU, the undersized defensive tackle. He ran a 4.85, 6 feet, 285, undersized, but he can get pressure. He's going to be a twitchy guy on the inside to get pressure. You know, so they trying to find a defensive tackle that's a little bit different from what they got. Anazorki's one of those guys that can get pressure, do everything. Everybody else, Broderick Martin, Elaine McNeil, DJ Reader, they run pluggers. You know, they run pluggers. Yeah, they run pluggers. So now you got somebody that, if Anazorki can bounce back, you got somebody that can go out there and they can go rush the quarterback. So he came out of he was born in St. Louis, went to Missouri, then transferred to LSU. So he's seen a lot of that with the transfer portal. So, you know, twitchy guy. So hopefully, you know, maybe he can do something. I think, you know, they missed out on Kalinski Kansey last year. He had a really big year with Tampa Bay. But yeah, but they got Shaq Campbell, and linebackers are hard to find. I look for a big year 2 jump from him, and then they got the guy at BC, yeah, Christian Mahogany or whatever. They got him. So heard out of so many pass rushes. I didn't even know they had 18 right here, but so many pass rushes. he didn't give up a sack, only a few pressures, and also he's a powerful run blocker. So this is a hell of a way to come out of here. So I heard nothing but good things about him. Now I think he had an ACL injury. That's another guy that was injured. So that's probably why he in the 6th round. I think in 2022 he suffered an ACL injury or whatever. So yeah, I think that might have been an issue, but not sure about his athleticism. But that gotta be a great athlete to play corner neither. To play guard. So no, he good at run blocking, and then also here go my groceries. He good at pass protection. I mean, shit, in the 6th round, and it sounds like it might be a steal. He might not have tested well. He might not have tested well in as far as athletic wise. So I mean, if you look at maybe they get him in type of shape, put him in some mobile drills so he can pull and do some things he might need to do. But we'll see. But overall, it seemed like they filled a lot of needs. I think they over-delivered in their defensive backfield, and that's a good thing. So they got a whole bunch of guys that's going to be competing for playing time, and they got some depth behind some injury players, some players that could be injured. Then they started to fill the offensive line for the future. So I like that. And outside of that, we'll see where the chips may fall at with undrafted free agents. So if you like Detroit Lions Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, appreciate sharing some notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Peace.